Hi church, my name is Grant and I go to the 10 a.m. St. Augustine service. I like to share what it is like being a Christian and an accountant. There are certain stereotypes of an accountant, but the job and skills are varied and broad and cover across different industries. Currently, I work for an American bank that provides custodial services for large superannuation funds and managed funds. What does this mean is that the bank doesn't make decisions on the investments, but it does need to ensure that the investments are properly accounted for. I use my accounting and more specifically apply my tax knowledge and skills to assist in reporting the tax position of the funds and to ensure the distribution of the income is performed on a timely basis. Previously, I also worked in consulting for the Big Four accounting firms. There are a couple of challenges working in this industry as an accountant while also being a Christian. Early in my career, like many industry peers, my objective was to better oneself and learn and gain experience in a reputable top-tier firm. While there's nothing wrong to improving your skills, it can be a temptation to idolize work, finding your identity linked to your job title and the promises of prestige and rewards as your end. Plus, there's the pressure from being promoted, which requires more and more expectation of time and energy on work rather than other important things. If you don't end up fitting that mold expected by your peers and managers, you can feel a sense of failure and disappointment. For me, it hit home when I was made redundant whilst we were living in Switzerland in 2010 during the global financial crisis. You question your self and worth as you are not indispensable. There can be a natural tendency to compare yourself with others who have started with you on a similar or same career path. I felt this when I was previously a manager for a colleague in the company I currently work for, and when I returned to Australia and I went back to the company, she became my manager. You can go down asking yourself if you could have done better gaining your self-worth in that respect. Secondly, a challenge in my current role and in the industry is the increasing need to report more frequently with shorter time frames. It can be stressful at times and can consume a large chunk of the day and sometimes night to try and resolve issues in order to meet the client deadlines. It requires patience and collaboration from colleagues across the globe with offices in India and the Philippines in order to meet the deadlines. It requires discipline and courage to say no and turn off the computer and go home and not feel that you need to always be available and find a solution. There's some degree of expectation to be available to respond when overseas officers have started their day. Despite their challenges, there are a couple of opportunities as a Christian in this role. There's the opportunity to be calm and not stressed and display that attitude at others at work. And also remember, I was relegated to doing some repetitive work of onboarding over 2,000 accounts. And although I didn't enjoy it, it required character to not to grumble and whinge doing something that I felt I didn't need to do. Finally, one great opportunity that I've become aware of during my career with my accounting skills is that during my time I was made redundant in Switzerland, I was able to assist my previous church in their accounting. What I found is that my skills can be used as a great way to serve God's church and his kingdom. It shouldn't be taken for granted that such skills are needed to ensure the money for God's work is stewarded correctly. Thank you.